You don't need hectic equipment to start. Just start. I started a podcast with my phone.
Oh, amazing.
Literally, I didn't even have a mic. I didn't have anything. And I was like, I want to communicate. And I started. I started writing. I consulted a few newspapers and I sent my articles. I got most rejections, but one newspaper was like, you are a good writer. And I started having my own column. Some of these things are simple, but you just need to start.
And welcome back to Career Biome. I'm here with Paballo. Meeting Paballo at one of these conferences is like meeting your favorite cousin. It's like every time we've been at the parties, you bring the vibe and you do amazing with communication and also telling people about everything that's happening. So hi Paballo, do you want to tell us what your role is at the DSI and basically the entire overview about the meeting happening now?
Okay. Hi Maria and hi to the audience. Okay. My name is Paballo Chauke and I'm a communications consultant. That's my side gig that I do because I'm passionate about science communication. I'm passionate about strategic community engagement and outreach as well as advocacy as well, because I think science is not in a silo or an island of ideas. We have to share it with society and ensure that we give feedback and make sure that we include our communities and that we are equitable. And I think communications is one of the ways to do that, through media, through journalism, through social media, through podcasts, through channels such as this that you're currently watching. So I think it's quite important to include a component of science communication in whatever you do as a scientist, whether it's bioinformatics, data science, whether it's engineering, mathematics, medicine, whatever it is. You do need to make sure that you end up communicating that science in a way that lay people can understand without making them feel stupid. And you're not even dumbing it down. You're just explaining concepts in a way that are not exclusionary and are not too sort of ivory tower vibe of things, you know what I mean? Like you bring it down to the level of ordinary.
That is digestible for everyone, because the kind of work you're doing really fits into most of the audiences, and so bringing people along and sharing this work. And I think my experience has been most of the times it's such as usually in their silos, like you mentioned, they're in the labs, but people need to see this work out there and need to discuss this work in open sources such as YouTube, where people are just chilling, but they're able to take in the information. But you're also a PI on one of the projects under the DSI, am I right?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about some of the work that you're doing in your program?
Currently work in the UK as a training coordinator in the malaria space.
Okay.
So I do a lot of training management, bioinformatics fellowship, coordination, ecosystem strengthening across Africa and the world as well, because I'm passionate about ensuring that LMICs catch up to higher income countries. So I'm into, as I said, capacity building. And I think obviously science engagement is a way to bridge that gap as well, right? So I have a lot of interests, but I think they all come together through my favorite tagline. It's I'm passionate about science Africa and education.
And you do it so with like even the mobilization and communication and
advocacy and raising money and all of that. But with DSI, particularly DSI Africa, particularly the coordinating center, I do help out with through consultation with their communications, media, strategic community engagement, as well as outreach and partnerships as well, which are quite important. And I think I'm glad that funders such as the Wellcome Trust, the NIH have caught on to say science communication is NB, and I'm the guy for the work, and I'm very passionate about it.
And I'm happy they're having this conversation. And maybe for someone watching, like an early career researcher or like someone starting out in their journey, what words would you give them if they are wanting to plug into some of these things? I know we talk about this, but also hearing from you would make a lot of sense. So you could probably tell them some of the resources and tools to look out for, or partnerships and things like that.
Well, I think just start. There are free apps online where you can, if you want to be a columnist, you can write for a newspaper. And sometimes you can even get money for that, where you break down your science. So let's say you study rats, or you study malaria, or you study TB, tuberculosis, or whatever field you're in science. If you can break it down through a podcast, which you can just buy a mic from, I'm not going to promote a store, but somewhere online, which for a cheap price. You don't need hectic equipment
Yeah.
to just start. I started a podcast with my phone.
Oh, amazing.
Literally, I didn't even have a mic. I didn't have anything. And I was
Yeah.
like, I want to communicate. And I started.
Yeah.
I started writing. I consulted a few newspapers and I sent my articles.
Yeah.
I got most rejections, but one newspaper was like, you are a good writer.
Yeah.
And I started having my own column,
Yeah.
for instance. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Ask someone to help you create the website. Some of these things are simple, but you just need to start. You need to get out of your... I think sometimes we get scared.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are people going to say? What if I fail?
We're already taking ourselves out of the game before we even start. Some of the
Don't
time.
count yourself out. What if you fail?
Started.
What if you succeed?
What if you succeed?
What if you do
What
amazing?
is there to lose? Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only thing is, yes, I think the worst things that someone can say is no.
Yeah.
So knock on doors.
Yes.
Apply for scholarships, fellowships.
Rejections are part of the story.
It is.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that resilience is a muscle that you need to train.
To build over time.
Because if you want to, as an ECR especially, early career researcher, if you want to be a PR one day, you have to get used to rejection. And how do you start that? Apply for scholarships, apply for fellowships, apply for grants, ask for help, look for a mentor. None of us are self-made.
Yeah.
We are all
I like that.
Ubuntu as Africa. We believe in I am because you are.
You are. It's
Ask
community.
for
It
those
takes
that
a
came
whole
before
village.
you.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Paballo. Any final words maybe that you want to give to the viewer? Or was that one?
Thank you, Maria, for the opportunity to talk to you. I think you're doing amazing work.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do in your career and in your life. And I like the fact that you've pivoted careers. And earlier on, actually, I was listening to you on the panel, and I think you're a great speaker.
Thank you.
And I think, the world is yet to see the amazing things you're going to do.
Thank you so much, Paballo. Until next time, see you.